Hello everyone, thanks for tuning in to my next video, and today we're going to talk about money. Money. How much money does it take to live our lifestyle? And the reason it's so important today is, as I'm starting the channel, if you watched my first video, there's a huge economic downturn coming. Big. The coronavirus is here, and it's getting crazy. Unemployment's going to go through the roof. People are going to lose their houses. People are going to lose their apartments. So it's a very sad time. And if you've been thinking about jumping into our lifestyle, the van lifestyle, living in a car, living in an RV, you, like me, you may not have a choice. Now, I've had my RV for a couple of years, and I've been saving and planning, but like like a lot of people that are going to be affected by this, I had 2 jobs and was forced into this early. So I'm fine. No worries about me. But if you found this video, maybe you're looking for some helpful tips on how to do that inexpensively. So like I said, whether you've gotten a divorce, whether you have a substance abuse problem, whether you cannot afford your house payment, or you lost a roommate, or you just can't afford your rent. And my scenario was, I was paying about $1,500 a month for rent, Wilmington, North Carolina. You put all the rest of my bills on top of that, and it was about $2,200 a month. So there's that. And I just was like, you know what? I know I can do this for $500 a month. I've done it before. I'm good at it, and time to save money. Plus, the economic downturn that's coming is a significant thing. So how much is this going to cost you? I don't know. I wouldn't suggest it if you have a lot of bills or debt. You know what I mean? It's hard to service debt if you're going to be trying to save money doing this. You can do it. I know people who do it. But for me, the best way to do it is to not have any debt and to hop out on the road, get into your vehicle, learn what you're doing. It's a great way to save money. But on the other hand, if you've lost your job and you have to choose between eating and paying a credit card bill, of course you're going to eat. So anyway, so whatever the reason is that you found this video, that you are looking to hop into a car, whether you want to work less, and I know people who work 10 hours a week and they live fantastically. They travel all over, they have enough money to live and eat on. What an amazing thing. I also met a woman recently, a young woman. She works at a temp agency. She works 1 week and then takes 3 off. Yes, it's crazy. She is really good with computers, and what she does is, hi Wolfer. Wolfie's down by my feet. What she does is she works for a week, and then she takes that money and she lives on it for a month. And speaking of which, hold on. Come here, Wolf. Come here. Say hi. Wolfer. This is Wolfie. Hi. Hi. Oh, I love you. Anyway, I just wanted you to say hi to her. She's coming. She's going to be in all of our videos. But right now we're talking about money. So, okay. Love you, Wolf. All right. So, whatever the reason is that you're looking to get into this lifestyle, money, you want to work less, whatever that reason is, there's a pretty simple formula that I can give you to help you budget. And I call it's a daily income. What do you have to make every day in order to live this lifestyle? And I've set it up pretty simply. Forgive the lighting. I've got some lighting, and the writing and the penmanship is awful. But so let's say that your monthly expenses are $900, okay? And then you have 30 days in the month. And of course, if it's, if your expenses are $500, you just put $500 there. If it's 28 days in the month, you put 28 in there. And then so you get the idea. But to make this easy for me is to show this to you in this video. So let's say you need $900 a month, and we have 30 days. Excuse my glasses. You're going to need $30 a day. You need to generate $30 a day in this scenario in order to live this lifestyle. And so what can you do whether that's keeping your current job, or you know, a lot of people are buying things and selling them on eBay and all the other stuff. Here's the thing though, this used to be a lot easier than it is now because of the way that the economy's going. So this is a wonderful lifestyle. It can be very inexpensive, and for some of us it has to be inexpensive, but the ability to generate $30 a day in income just became exponentially more difficult after the coronavirus hits. And I know after that, I know it's gonna be weird to look back on this once the coronavirus is over and this is all I've talked about, but hey man, you start when you start, and that's a big deal. And like I said, whether you're homeless, or whether you are losing your job, or whether you have very little money, or whatever it is, and for some of us, you know, it's going to be, I'm either going to jump into my car and live out of my car, or I'm not going to have a place to live. So I know plenty of people that have done that, and they've got back in, they got their life back on track. They got into rehab. They found, you know, they got everything back to normal. Who wants to be normal? They got a job. They got their savings back. You know, a lot of the people that I found, that I know personally, that have been in this lifestyle, most of them, there was a reason they got into this. There's a smaller percentage of us that didn't have to do this, and they chose that. And those are beautiful stories, and I'm going to tell you those stories when I find those stories and people let me interview them. But for a significant amount of us, it's a need. It just comes down to, I don't have enough money, I don't know what to do, and so what I have left is my car. So that's it as far as how do you figure out how much. And for me, it's $500 a month. And again, we're going to have weekly videos. I'm going to show you exactly how much I spend, and how to make money and that. So whether or not if you don't have a van or an RV yet, and you choose to live in your car, I'm going to do some videos about that. But I think the most typical thing is where people kind of see the situation coming, not like now, but again, the coronavirus is only going to be here for a few months, and then the rest of us who find this lifestyle, they kind of either have been interested in it for a while. They've watched one of Bob Wells or Adventure Van Man, or Chrome's videos, or Debbie's videos, or, you know, a million videos out there. And look, there's a ton of people looking at this. There are millions and millions and millions of views on the RV van lifestyle. And like I said in the last video, hey Wolfer, like I said in the last video, you know, they glamorize it so much on IG. So, you know, a lot of that is unrealistic. But however you got here, you know, like I said, typically the most typical thing is that somebody will be thinking about this lifestyle. They want to downsize. They want to work less. They want to or save more money. So they find this, and then they find they need to that most likely would be to get a van. They're reasonably inexpensive. They're still pretty readily available, although I think they'll become harder and harder as this lifestyle gets larger and larger. And make no mistake about it, this lifestyle is going to be huge. It is big now. It's going to be way, way, way more bigger, because the next few years the economy is going to be bad, and that's okay. The more the merrier. But you'll look for a van. I'll kind of give you some tips and hints on that. I've lived in vans before, and RVs, of course, in the Betty Lou that I'm sitting in now. So anyway, that's it. That's kind of the formula you can use. And again, if you have a lot of debt, this probably isn't going to be very easy for you, but you do what you got to do. That's what we're all doing, right? We're doing what we got to do, especially in these hard economic times. You can email me at erichobaugh. I'll try to put that in the description at gmail.com if you have individual questions. I hope this helps. Again, I live on about $500 a month, and a couple who's together, and they can stick to a budget. They don't eat out. They don't drink a lot. They don't do drugs. They're fairly disciplined. You can certainly do this for under $1,000 a month. So whether you, like I said, want to enjoy your life a little bit more, whether you want to work less, whether you want to work more, what's one of the things that people don't think about, you can live this lifestyle and work more and build your savings up. I've met an older guy who lost his business. Didn't want to live in a car, but that's all he had. He did that for 6 months. He got up to built up his savings a little bit, worked his butt off, bought a van, and he did that for 2 years. And by the end of the 2 years, he was able to go back into a house. His credit was shot because he filed bankruptcy, but he had enough money to actually pay cash for a house. So there's a lot of things about this lifestyle that most people don't think about. Mostly people just want to work less and have a better life. Bob Wells says, you give up freedom for comfort. And if you have a lot of comfort, you don't have much freedom. And what that means is that I've lived in a big old brand new house in a fancy neighborhood on a lake. It was hugely expensive. And it was really comfortable. 5 bedrooms, 3 baths, 6,000 square feet, whatever. It was beautiful when I was married. But I had no freedom. I was working crazy in my businesses. I was, wasn't really happy, but we all had a nice house. We all had nice things. But now I don't have a lot of comfort. I live in an RV, and that's okay with me because I can get up right now. I want you all to think about something. I can get up right now, tear down my camp, and go anywhere that I want right now. How many people can say that? Not many. It's a very powerful thing. So as you're thinking about this lifestyle, whether it's out of necessity or you're just trying to, if you're really thinking about this, it's not an easy lifestyle. You have to have money to do it. You're more than likely going to have to work, but it is possible. And if you do it the right way, you have almost complete and total freedom. So, but you got to be careful, and we'll talk about that. You have to have an emergency fund. We're going to go into that. Make no mistake, this is not an easy lifestyle, but it is fun as hell. And I love it, and I've been doing it for a minute, and I wouldn't have it any other way. I'm proud of my lifestyle. There's a lot of things that if you're just thinking about doing that, you probably haven't thought all the way through, and that's really okay, man. Sometimes you got to do what you got to do. You learn as you go along, and that's what I did. I made a lot of mistakes, and hopefully I can help you with some of those mistakes that I've made so you don't have to make those mistakes. Okay, so that's the formula. As we go further along, I'll get deeper into that and how to get jobs, how to work, how to make money. But again, in this scenario, in the simple scenario that I created, I hope you can see that. If you need $900 a month and there's 30 days in a month, you need to figure out a way to generate $30 a day. So pretty simple. Plug your numbers in, figure out what you're going to do. If you've just lost your job, you got to figure out how you're going to generate that income. So anyway, hope that helps. See y'all next time. Thanks for watching, guys. Please like and subscribe. Thanks, guys. See ya.